Hey you guys, alright, so let me set up my thing like I had it yesterday. It was this with a, sorry my AC is on right now. Whoa, it was because my tripod is broken. Hold on. We are getting there, folks. Put this on top. There we go. So, one of my wonderful subscribers, someone in the Gina fam, messaged me on Twitter, and we found out that Avicii's death, very sadly, was self-inflicted wounds by broken glass. So it was, you know, and that's really sad, for one. I can imagine, because I've had multiple attempts myself at suicide, but I think it's really, really sad that he felt like that way. And you know, I think that at some point in all of our lives we come to a point where we feel like giving up, and like I'm at that point now, as a lot of you guys know. Like, everything going on in my life really sucks, like between losing my home, my family's moving, possibly losing the clinic. It's probation might be kicking me off if it goes down that road. Very difficult, and I think that everybody has been in a situation similar to that where they feel like taking their own life. And like, I have to tell you, like, you know, there is a moment right after you, I tried to slit my wrist before, and I did bad, like there was blood all over the place. It was bad, and I was like sure I was gonna die. Somehow I lived. Woke up the next morning. I did pass out, like I went to bed passed out because I was losing. Woke up the next morning and it was like a fucking miracle that I lived through it. But there's a moment, a split second after you do this, where you think to yourself, I just made a big mistake. Like, and you can either call 911, hopefully, if you're in that situation, or you have to deal with the consequences. And it's very sad that, you know, he didn't make it. It's very sad, and like, I hope that if anyone watching this ever goes through something like that, and you ever feel like you just don't want to live anymore, just give it time. Just give it time, and always remember, things could be worse. Like, that's even something I need to remind myself a lot, is that things could be worse. Like, I'm losing my apartment right now. I'm like about to be homeless. I have to find a place. It's really hard to find a place. I don't have good credit. I have a horrible background, so I'll never pass a background check on my own. My parents, my mom, my dad, my brother, and my son are all moving a 24-hour drive away from me. Okay, like, so like I know, and now on top of that, I'm getting kicked off the clinic, probably for having an altercation with a predator who was on the property of the clinic. And it's just, it's sad the way that life turns out sometimes, but you really just need to like I just had a suicide attempt back in February, and it ruined my life. That attempt ruined my life. I lost my doctors. They gave up. It gave a horrible impression for the clinic that I'm on. It started probation off very poorly. Like, and I lived. So it's like, everything that came from that is awful. Like, obviously God wants me here for a reason, but it's not about me today. Today it's about you guys. And I just want to say that if you guys are ever feeling that type of way, you need to remember all the people that you would hurt if you ever hurt yourself. For one, your family. And if you feel like, oh, my family doesn't give a shit, they do. They do. Trust me, they do. Even if you don't believe it, they do. Friends. And not even that, but life is so short as it is. Life is already so fucking short. And when I think about that, it terrifies me. It terrifies me to think about how short life is sometimes. I swear to God, I sit here and I think, you know, like I'm only gonna make it to about 80. I'm about halfway through my life. You need to remember that. Life is short and life is a gift, and tomorrow is never promised. So if you guys are struggling, I suggest reaching out to somebody, because you only have one chance on this earth. One chance. That's it. We're only given one shot to be here. As sad as it is to think about that, we are not going to be on this earth forever. So you need to make the most of it. Like, make the most of it. Because like the average like lifespan of a human right now is what, like 80 years, 70 years, maybe not even. And then you never come back. So try and be happy. Try and live your life to the best that you can, to your full advantage. Okay? Like, I lost so much time being in jail, being in and out of incarcerations and institutions, and it really sucks. And like, all I can do is like pray for people who are feeling that way, because like I know the feeling, and sometimes you're just so sick of it and you're just so run down mentally and emotionally. But you have to remember, you always have to remember that you get past it. And I'm gonna leave it here. I'm just gonna leave it at that. There are phone numbers you can call, 1-800 numbers and stuff, but you know what? In all reality, if you're ever feeling that way, reach out to a friend, a family member, somebody who really knows you, you know? Or reach out to those 1-800 numbers. They might be able to set you up with a counselor. A lot of people have a chemical imbalance and don't even know it. You could be feeling the way that you're feeling right now, not because something's like actually going wrong in your life, but because you have a chemical imbalance in your brain. You know, and with the right meds and stuff, your life could be amazing. You never know. You truly never know. But I think that it's very tragic. It was very tragic to hear that that is how he passed. Alone, bleeding, and his family is probably so fucking upset. So remember that if you guys ever feel that way, like how upset, like you don't know how many people you impact with this stuff, with this type of shit. And it's not, in the moment you might be thinking, well, this is, you know, this is me, it's me, I'm sick of this, this is my life, it's my life, I do it. But it's not just your life. Your life is a gift that you were given, and it's not fair for the people who gave it to you for you to just throw it away, because you never know what tomorrow or next week or next month or next year could bring. And you'll never get a chance to find that out if you go down the same route that he did. I know that I will never attempt to commit suicide again in my life. I will never attempt it again. As much as I want to sometimes, as much as I hate my life, as much as I fucking hate it. And right now, I literally hate it. I hate my life right now so much. I'm going through more, and I've been through more than a lot of people have in their lifetime. I've been through an abduction, I've been through multiple rapes, I've had more unwanted sex than wanted sex. I'm losing my home, I'm losing my son, I'm losing my whole family, I'm losing everybody, I'm losing my apartment, and I might be losing my sobriety, which is the last thing I had left. So I know what pain feels like. I 100% know what pain feels like. And I know what it feels like to feel like you have nothing left. So, but you know what? I know also that if I were to kill myself today, then there's no chance of it getting better. No chance of it getting better. And I want to have a chance of it getting better now. And if you guys are ever feeling that way, you need to know that if your life sucks and it's that bad, if it's really that bad, it can't get much worse. It can only go one way. If you're rock bottom, you really can only go up from there. So I hope you guys can take something from this. And I love you guys all so much, so fucking much. And I'll tell you right now that if anyone in the Gina fam ever passed in that type of way, I would be devastated. So I love you guys, and I'll talk to you in a little bit.